Ties with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Armstrong all alone today, but that's not bad because guess what? Will be coming back soon. My co-host Ralph Gavin. Hopefully, we can keep him in our prayers because he's a little ill right now, but he will make it through. We made it through Katrina. We made it through Treme, and as I told you before, he is one of my neighbors that I grew up with, and we had a wonderful time in Treme. However, he's under the weather for a little while, but he will be back. Thank you so much. Well, today is a beautiful day, as I said before, and we're here all the way live at New Orleans Talk Network, right here on the West Bank, as you know, 7601 West Bank Expressway. New Orleans Talk Net is the app that you should actually put on your phone right now. Don't wait until tomorrow or the next week or whenever. Put that app on your phone right now so you can hear this definitely good broadcast and also other broadcasts on this wonderful station. New Orleans Talk Network, please download our app as soon as possible. Today, I am very honored to dedicate most of my show to a very good friend of mine, Miss Rose Berzat. Rose is a very good friend of mine, and she has been for quite some time. We met on the Red Line, as a matter of fact, a federal government job that was located at the Naval Base in New Orleans on Poland. I don't think many of you are old enough to remember there was a naval base right on Poland, right on the end of Poland Avenue, by the river, of course. It was a Navy base that I guess we had maybe 5,000 employees there. And Rose and I met there in the early 70s or the late 70s. And when I walked in, she always reminded me, when you walked in, I just did not, agree to you being there because she was Queen Bee at the time, but we became good friends. And she always mentioned that. I know she don't mind me. She does not mind me mentioning that. But she and I became friends there and remain friends and still are today. We actually were single mothers and we raised our children accordingly. Well, she only had one child and I had three. However, she had a boy and she has a boy and I have three daughters. So we were together and we shared food and we shared ideas. We did a lot of things together to survive. We actually went to work together because she moved like maybe 5 blocks away. We went to work and we definitely had a good time on the Red Line. Oh, I am very happy. We have a wonderful, wonderful guest. He was my host on the show last week at New Orleans Talk Network, but he is my, I say, paternal and co-host on another station. And it's Reverend Skip Alexander. He's a historian. I love him to death. Hopefully he enjoyed the food I brought him on yesterday, he and his daughter, Jackie. And welcome, Reverend Skip Alexander. Hello, Rev.
Hello. Your voice is very low, so I'm
It's
not
very
hearing
low?
you too well.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, shout it out, shout it out.
Okay, I'm calling to offer on the prayer line a prayer for all those who are in need of prayer.
Thank you
Who
so
do you
much,
recommend?
Reb. That would be me. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
we're
ready.
ready.
I'd like to pray for your other friend also.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Her name is
Rose Berzat.
Miss Rose.
Yes.
She called and spoke with me last week.
Oh, thank
And,
you.
Yes, she did call me and speak with me, and I told her that, well, Jesus had done both things. They had challenged Jesus that he had spoke of the great beyond, but he had not been there, but he did go there, and he came back, because when they went to see was he there where they thought he should be, he was not there. And the angels set up there and told them he was not there. So Jesus told the truth about it. So I'm offering a prayer on those auspices. Father, we come now to offer prayer for all of those who are in need of your service. In your name, we ask that you would stand by them with all power in heaven and earth for them as you see fit. We ask this prayer to resound resoundingly in the name of Jesus the Christ. We ask this in his name. Amen.
Amen. Oh, thank you so much, Reb. Thank you so much. It is so appropriate. Would you like to share with our listening audience when you are preaching and where are you preaching presently?
Well, I'm a member of the Christian Unity Baptist Church. It's on Conti Street in Claiborne in the great city of New Orleans.
Okay.
And Reverend Dwight Webster, Dr. Dwight Webster, is the pastor, PhD. And on every Wednesday at from 11 to 1, we have service there. Of course, you have service on Sunday also, we know that. But
Yes.
this is an extra service on every Wednesday for those who would like to come there. And we have prayer service. We have also prayer teaching that Wednesday night. And then also on a Tuesday night, they have Sunday Bible study for young men.
Okay.
Also, so anyone who is interested in that activity, we welcome them to come over.
Okay. Now you say Wednesday at what time?
Wednesday at 11 to 12.
11 to 12
a.m. to 1 a.m.
Okay, 11 to 1. Okay. And will there be food
And
served?
that night, it's from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
Okay. Now that Wednesday from 11 to, you said 1, that's usually lunchtime. Will there be food there?
Well, we'll give you the gospel to interpret your spirit, and we'll also give you a meal to depart.
Oh, wonderful. That's great, 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 great. Oh, spiritual food and also food that we can nourish during the time of lunch, the lunchtime. So that's at Christian Unity Baptist Church. Is located on North Claiborne and Conti. Actually, Conti, North Claiborne.
Well, I don't say this often, because most of the people today are younger people, and they would not know about. It used to be a bowling alley
Yes.
For African Americans.
Yes.
And it used to also be two things.
Yes, a skating rink also, huh? A skating rink.
A skating rink. And
Right.
black people are great skaters where they have skating rinks.
Yes.
And during segregation, from 1946 to 1956, you could go there and skate.
Right, right. Okay, and I also would like for you to keep us informed of the days that on the Wednesdays or also on the Sundays when you will actually be the pastor that will be preaching at that time. So from time to time, can you call in and give us an update on those days so we can actually be there? We want to be there all of the time, but sometimes we can't. But especially when you're
I
preaching.
certainly will, and I thank you, and I thank you all for being interested.
Yes.
In my activity as a minister of the God. I'll go anywhere and pray and preach, and in our city of New Orleans, Marrero, Gretna, Harvey, West Wego, anyone who needs my service to come Sunday or Wednesday or any other day to give me ample time to be notified. I'll be glad to come and say something I'm a different kind of preacher. I'm not any better than anybody else, but my focal is different. I preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, and I also with a fringe on Black history.
That's true. That's true. And also, for those of you who have never heard you preach, it's very different. And sometimes, and not all of the time, some of us like to laugh, those who like to laugh, and, you bring some humor into it, but the truth, the word of the Lord. And
Well,
it's very different than.
Frederick Douglass went there to see the President Lincoln, and the man was very stern with him. And he made some jokes with the man who had never laughed before, and the man began to laugh and said, "Why, what are you, a jester? You have me laughing." And so he laughed enough, but Lincoln came by there to go upstairs with his wife to see the play, and he signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yes.
So I'm mindful of that when I make jokes and try to make people laugh and get them into a jovial spirit.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And people love to laugh, and they enjoy themselves. They remember your sermon, and especially the children. I remember you were preaching over at Bethesda House of Prayer over here on the West Bank. And I have never, for a long time, have seen children that paid attention and laughed and you had their undivided attention. And I noticed that, and I said, wow, I have never seen that, because most of the children that come to church, they come because their mother or parents want them to come. But to pay attention and to laugh and to take part in a sermon, that's quite unusual.
Yes, when Jesus spoke to the elders in the temple, and many of them were confounded that he had knowledge of that he had. And many of our children have great knowledge, but they're never given the opportunity to speak and to exert, to show what they know, what they've learned. And now our emphasis in this next century ought to be on our children.
Oh yes, that's true. That's true. And Louis Armstrong Family Services definitely focused on children, especially those who are needy. Those children who really want to be with their family but can't because of financial situations. Is that you knocking on the door, Rev? Or someone knocking on your door?
I don't have a door to be knocked on.
Oh, okay. Are you you out there, huh? Yeah, I heard
But
a knock on the
anyway,
door, so I was wondering if that was someone at your door.
2800 block of LaSalle Street, Louis Armstrong himself, the great trumpet player,
yes,
gave a little boy a coconut in that block in front of the Dewdrop Inn, and he's talking to you now. His name is Samson Skip Alexander, so I know about Louis Armstrong.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank God for that. Thank God. Yes, and it's wonderful for people to know you, too, Reverend. You're a historian, as I said before, and you're a great one. Not only that, most historians that we know are not here with us. So you're a living witness, an eyewitness to history.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you're welcome. You deserve everything that is grateful to God, and you're a godly man also, I'd like to mention. Well, a lot of reverends are not, but I won't go there. Thank you so much.
I have this little book for you from 1909 with the four nuns standing up in front of St. Mary's Church in the French Quarter.
Oh, yes, St. Mary's. That's right. That's right.
And a lot of people don't know about them in the French Quarter.
Right, that's where my sister attended school.
We go to the French Quarter to get some fruits and vegetables. We had to pass St. Mary's Church. They say, "Oh, that's St. Mary's Church right there."
Wow, that's true. That's true.
So there's 1,000 different religions, but there's only one God.
Oh yes, that's true. Definitely, only one. And we worship. As long as we worship and obey, the word of the Lord, I think we'll be all right.
All right.
Well, I want to thank you again, Reb. Did you enjoy that meal yesterday?
You would have been a nun, and I would be talking to a nun on the phone now.
That's true.
Explain to them what a nun is.
That's true. That's a nun is a woman who devoted their lives to God, like married God. And when I was raised Catholic and went to St. Peter Claver, they had vocations, and they taught us and also really almost brainwashed us that we need to become either nuns or priests in those days, in my early years. And that's all I could have thought of is being a nun. That's all I wanted to do. And I told my father at the time that I wanted to become a nun, and he was very happy.
You're so happy you brought your ham.
Yeah, from Shots Meat Packing Company, which was located right on across the street from the Superdome.
Right.
And the Superdome, as you know, right across the street, it's now Entergy. It's
Yeah, they had a
the
hospital
corporate
there,
energy
too.
building. Yeah, that's where Shots was, Shots Meat Packing Company, which he worked there for years and years and years and years and years. So we had a lot of ham and a lot of meat that came to our home.
In
Thank
spite
God.
of
And we
the
shared it with Ralph Gavin.
withdrawal of kindness to black people, they still had black people that lived in a very kind and good way with their families.
Yes, true. That's true. And it's hard to believe, but it's true that a lot of families are being separated because they cannot pay their rents. And as you know, Louis Armstrong Family Services, that was actually started in 1996, focused on keeping families together.
Now,
And
he was in the Melody Boys Home for Boys. Tell me
Yes.
about the program for boys.
Yes, of course. We know that Dr. Jeff was the director over there at Milne Boys Home, located on Franklin Avenue in New Orleans.
when you come to ask for help and you have a little boy, what happens?
Oh, yeah. When you become homeless and you have an adolescent boy over the age of 12, there are no facilities, which is called shelters, that will accept them. And the reason for that is because they're living in a dormitory style, they share the restrooms together, the bedrooms together, and it's not really apropos for them as young boys in their puberty to actually share a restroom with a little girl or a young lady. Most of the ladies who are sheltered are single women. So to prevent any type of a lawsuit, they actually do not accept the boys in puberty over the age of 12.
Well, that's a wonderful program that would protect because young boys, when they get to be older men, they usually look back and they could tell. A lot of them are here on television telling these stories what happened to them when they were little boys. Many of them are actors and what have you. Say, when I was a boy, this happened, that happened.
Right.
So the protection of their at the time when they're youthful and can't protect themselves in a living situation, that is wonderful.
Yes, those who were saved, but some of the boys who were not saved, they tried to survive doing other things, and they actually got in trouble. So we try also to help those because we have a strong relationship with the judges. As a matter of fact, did you see our picture last Saturday of Judge Lombard and also Key Doley?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, yeah, we keep a close relationship with them.
And I also see your commercial on Channel 4 at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay. You up at 3 o'clock in the morning, Ralph?
Well, I'll be writing in the Bible.
Oh,
and
yes, you're
whenever
writing,
it comes to me,
you're writing
get
your sermons.
biblical sayings, and God don't have any hour.
Right. And that's, for me, it's the best time to actually concentrate because there are a lot of people are sleeping at that time. So I do concentrate early in the morning and try to get a lot of things done. So thank you so much for that. And we also have a close relationship with the juvenile judges. And, of course, the children who are adjudicated, sometimes they need outside help rather than the mom and the fathers and the parents, the
I
relatives
want to
to help
thank
them.
Ms. Nadine Ramsey for the gun buyback program.
Oh, yes.
It was
Thank you,
very
Nadine.
successful,
I'm sorry.
Saturday, getting all the guns from that men wanted to bring back to
Yes.
sell back, buyback.
Yes, Councilperson Nadine Ramsey. I said Nadine, but I have to give her due respect. Yes, Councilperson Nadine Ramsey had the buyback program, and actually she had over 100 guns that she actually received from that program. So thank you so much for Nadine Ramsey, Councilperson. And also, I cannot leave out who?
Miss Lena.
Miss Lena, my favorite, Miss Lena. Yes, Miss Lena is staunch and making sure that everything is right and up to par. She's been working with the city council for quite some time, even with Roy Glapion. So I'm so happy for her and her tenacity. Miss Lena, the great.
Yeah, she's. Someday we'll get her to come on the program over there to tell that history, her own history.
Oh, yes, that's a great idea. I definitely will contact her to see what day she's not busy. And most of the time, she's busy most of the time.
And if she's busy, we'll have the television people go come up to her office
Yes.
and do it up to her office.
That would be
They
great.
do that, you know.
That would be great. That would be great. Well, it was a pleasure speaking to you, Reverend Skip. Hopefully, you said you're coming back to co-host, and hopefully, it will be soon on New Orleans Talk Network. We're gonna
Yes,
go.
they're building a bridge now, so I can come over there.
Okay, thank you so much. We're going
It's
to a
called
short.
the Louisiana Avenue Ferry, Jackson Avenue Ferry.
Thank you so much. We're going into a short break right now, and hopefully,
right.
we'll talk to
Well,
you
thank
soon.
you very much
God
for having
bless. God bless you.
God bless you, too.
Thank you.
Take care.
I see trees of green, red roses too.
There's soul food, and then there's food for the soul. At a time where we live to eat, the Praline Connection restaurant serves up recipes that reach back into days long gone. You know, the kind of meals your mama cooked up for Sunday dinner. Fried chicken with macaroni and cheese and candied yams, homemade meatloaf with garlic mashed potatoes and string beans, or Nolan's filet gumbo. That's the real soul you get only at the Praline Connection restaurant, located at the Kona, Charters and Frenchman Street in the Marinade.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Hi, this is Jill Samuels with Faith That Works. Join us every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and 12 noon on New Orleans Talk Network as we change the lives of people with the Word of God by equipping the body of Christ to evangelize the world while reconciling people back to God. Let us continue to carry the water to the desert because Jesus is the living water.
Stop this hauling water to the sea.
New morning show alert! New morning show alert! The Warren Ballantyne Show airs daily from 9 to 11 a.m. Central Time, bringing you the news you need to know. The Warren Ballantyne Show, now on the New Orleans Talk Network.
and share some of your thoughts and wishes. Our phone number is 504-341-8255. Again, it's 504-341-8255. If you do not want to call in, you can listen to us on our network. You can download it on your iPhone or your smartphone. The New Orleans Talk Network has an app and you can download it right now. Yes, we are on Facebook also live, and you can also YouTube us for the younger people. So you can definitely do that. I YouTube also. I'm not all that young, but I know how to do that. My great grandchildren taught me. So please join us on New Orleans Talk Network. If you do not want to actually call in, that number 504-34-8255, you can definitely see us on Facebook and YouTube at your leisure or at your pleasure. This is Linda Lewis with Lewis Armstrong Family Services, and I'm here today, a beautiful day out there. Of course, we are experiencing some storms, or they call them some depressions, and sometimes they call it hurricanes, but we have the tenacity to move on. A lot of people stayed in for the duration, and they were advised to. And I'm grateful that nothing really seriously happened here in New Orleans and our surrounding areas. But we have some devastation, and we're going to pray for you all. And hopefully you will come through this as we did for Katrina, which is one of the most horrible hurricanes that we've had in our lifetime. So we're praying for you here at New Orleans Talk Network, and hopefully you're praying for others. New Orleans Talk Network, as I said, is located on the West Bank, and we're right here at 7601 West Bank Expressway. So after you go over, we call it the high rise. So after you come over the high rise on the West Bank, you have a couple of more blocks, and all you have to do is make a U-turn, and we're located right on the corner of the West Bank, and we're here 7601 West Bank Expressway. I'm so grateful to have had a conversation with Reverend Skip Alexander, not one of my favorites, I say my favorite pastor, and he actually shared with us his experience. He's a historian, and he does come on this station from time to time to co-host, and we're co-host on another station on today from 3 to 4. So hopefully you get a chance to listen also. Reverend Skip Alexander has a wealth of information. Oh, his memory is far surpass any person that I know. He remembers names and dates, and oh my God, I'm just amazed and in awe when I talk to him, because he is a historian with a wonderful memory. His birthday is coming up soon in July, and he's making 87. So, with that age, remembering things, I know a lot of us, I know I can't remember my telephone or my keys. I can't remember where I put my keys in my telephone at least 3 times a day. So to have a memory as great as Reverend Skip is definitely a blessing. And I was mentioning before Reverend Skip called about my good friend Rose Berzat and how we are today. This is going to be one of the first days that we do this, but it'll be many, many more, sharing some of the thoughts and also the good times that we had with her. She's a remarkable person, a heart that is larger than New Orleans for sure, larger than Texas. Her heart is very, very, very big. She's always giving, always a giver. And I remember this special time when I had the flu. It was on Christmas Eve that I had the flu. I was living on Ursulines Avenue in New Orleans, and I was raising my grandchildren, Jamanica and Javon. And raising them, I always made sure that they had a wonderful Christmas. But this Christmas was unfortunate for me because I just could not move. Everything was aching. If any one of you had the flu, you know how it is. Every bone in my body was aching. I was sneezing and coughing and all of the ugly things that happen when you have that certain sickness, illness. And I could not move. I could not get up. And I felt so bad for my grandchildren because I usually give them gifts, during Christmas because, I was their sole provider. And with me being sick, I had nothing else, nothing to give them or anything. But I was surprised on Christmas morning when Rose walked in the door. Although I had the flu and she was not, it's contagious. You're not supposed to be with people or around people who have the flu. And when she knocked on the door early that morning, and she had at least 10 gifts for each child. And it, like us, a lot of people want very expensive things and so forth. It didn't matter what it was, they were gifts. And I can never forget the look on my grandchildren's face when they saw all of the gifts that they received on Christmas Day. And she didn't have to do that. Of course, as I mentioned before, she had one child, has one child, Leslie, and Berzat, and Leslie was well taken care of. However, she went out of her way to buy gifts for my, not children, my grandchildren. And I also share that with them to let them know how grateful they should be, because I am grateful, and Rose did not have to do that. I mean, she knew I was sick, and we did talk on the phone, but she did not have to come over and bring the gifts. So I don't know how many of you have friends like that, but I'm grateful to have her as my friend. We've shared a lot of things together, and we talk and laugh together because she remembered the days when we worked at on the Red Line at the Naval Base, when we were doing a lot of things, and had a lot of fun, but we got our work done. It was not a time when we did not over worked, and actually we had a number of records that we had to process. The DD-214s, we had to process those records for the servicemen all over the world. So that was the headquarters for the Navy, and we processed the DD-214s for the Navy, and we definitely had to a quota to make every day. We far succeeded the quota, and we also, as I said before, had a great time teaching other people, the new people that came in, and also going to lunch. Lunch was our favorite part, of course, and making the best of the day. A lot of people were very unhappy there, but we made the best of each day. And when we shared, our life together, and we talked together, of course, Sandy too. I can't forget Sandy. Sandy was one of our friends that came later. But we had, like I said, a good time. We started a little nonprofit, a little organization, a little club, and it was called Leo's. I think it was Leo Incorporated, and with Jerry, and also with Sandy and Rose, and we had the T-shirts. I think we were one of the first with T-shirts, and we had also a fashion show in the Officers Club, which was very, very interesting. And she was never wanted to model, but she was a model in the fashion show, along with a couple of more of our friends, and it was something to talk about from. I think it was in the late 70s when it happened, but we were still talking and laughing about that. So I want you to keep Rose Berzat, my good friend, in your prayers, and other people who are struggling with cancer. It has taken a lot of people out, and we know that the struggle is not nice. It's real nasty. Taking chemo and radiation. I had a special guest on here. A lot of people know he's a retired police officer, and he was here with us telling you the ins and outs and his experience with cancer. And Dwight Deal, as I said before, is another friend of mine. I have Kathy Harris. She and I worked at the brake tag station. As a matter of fact, a lot of people say, "You worked at the brake tag station?" Yes, we did. We walked up and down the lanes and issued the brake tags to many people who were afraid, and actually they were really nice to us. We received our paycheck, and it was for the city of New Orleans, but the people were very nice to us, and they were quite surprised that they had ladies at the Break Tech Station. So the Break Tech Station is in New Orleans. It was, but is no longer. They're doing everything at the gas station now. So we are happy that I met two of my best friends who are now not happy that I'm happy that I met them, but they are now suffering with the battle of cancer. Kathy Harris and also Rose Berzat. We are going to go into another short break. We must advertise the people who are supporting us, and we want you in turn to support the people who support us. So please listen, pay attention, and support.
I see trees of green, red roses too.
How does a crawfish or shrimp etouffee sound? What about a piping hot cup of gumbo or a catfish platter with soft shell crawfish, catfish, livers, and pickles? And that's just for starters. What about entrees? If this is getting your mouth watering, then you need to come to the Praline Connection. Our down-home Cajun Creole-style restaurant has been providing soul food at affordable prices for over 20 years. And our pralines are delicious. We're a restaurant, a gift shop, and a candy shop, all in one. Bring your friends and enjoy an amazing meal today. Come see us at 542 Finchman Street in New Orleans, or check us out online at www.pralinconnection.com, and be sure to like us on Facebook. You can also give us a call at 504-943-3934.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
This is Remus Bowman. I want to invite you every Monday at 12 o'clock live for You and Your Credit. You can call in, you can ask me questions. Believe me, I've got most of the answers for you. We're going to help you get a good credit score. We're going to open doors for you to have an opportunity to be successful and pay low interest for your automobile, your home, your credit cards, everything that you buy. We're going to put you on a great path to have a successful future. Send me your request for information. I'll be glad to answer your question. Every Monday at 12 o'clock, join me from 12 to 1 Monday afternoon for You and Your Credit, originating from New Orleans Talk Network.
Y'all know me, this is the people person here.
Big homie head.
It's your boy Fred.
This man, big fan.
Right. Listen, we're your host of the New Orleans Talk Network's Fan View. Real fans talk, real sports. Check us out every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Family on the West Bank, with New Orleans Talk Network. You can download us on your smartphone, or you can listen to us on YouTube and also Facebook. This is New Orleans Talk Network, one of the upcoming stations that we are here to tell you what we know, and we want you to call us and share what you know. Our phone number is 504-341-8255. Again, our phone number is 504-341-8255. I started off the program today sharing my thoughts and love and appreciation for a good friend of mine, Rose Berzat, who is now actually struggling with cancer, and she's in Touro Hospital. She is a wonderful friend of mine, and she shared a lot of her resources with my family as I did with her. We always, wherever we went, took our children with us. A lot of people do not. They leave the children at home or drop the children off, but we took our children with us everywhere we went. And people appreciated it, and those who did not, they didn't let us know, but we always took our children with us. So please keep that in mind when you're out and going places where you're having fun and eating good food. Bring your children along with you, and if you can't bring your children with you, maybe that's not a place where you should be. Thank you so much, Rose Berzat, for being my friend, a good friend of mine, and still is. I went to visit her several times, and she was in good spirits, still is in good spirits. So I want you to keep Rose Berzat in your prayers, and also her son, her handsome son, which I am going to take him to lunch or dinner, maybe today or tomorrow, Mr. Leslie Berzat. He's a great son. She never had an ounce of trouble from Leslie. And we together, as he was finishing high school, made sure that he attended a good college. And as a matter of fact, he found a beautiful wife and has two lovely daughters. And one of our good friends, Mr. Bob, who's now no longer with us, made sure that he attended college, on a full scholarship. And that's a wonderful thing when you're on a full scholarship. A lot of people have to pay a little bit of something when they're on a scholarship, a partial scholarship. But to have a free ride, they call it now, is a great thing. So I am very happy to be instrumental in making sure that he had a free ride in the college of his choice. As I said, Rose is a friend of mine. She also has several other friends. Sandy, another strong woman, and Sandy is one of the. She's kicks. She'll make you laugh, and she keeps your spirit up. And I want to thank her also for keeping me in touch when I cannot be there, and also visiting Rose and calling her and making sure that she knows that she's loved. She knows that. My good friend. And Mr. Dwight Deal and also Kathy Harris, I spoke to her on yesterday. They have breast cancer, a man with breast cancer and also a woman with breast cancer. They're fighting the struggles now. So definitely keep them in prayer. I know a lot of other people, but for sure those who are very close to me, I'm abreast in their struggles. So please, the people that I'll pray for them also, although I do not know them. I'll pray for them, and you pray for Rose and Kathy Harris and the White Deal and several other people that I know struggling with cancer. With that being said, again, I want to thank Reverend Skip Alexander for calling in and giving us his feelings and love, and also praying for my friend Rose Berzat. He was in the hospital, as a matter of fact, not too long ago. And as a matter of fact, he took sick right here at Bethesda House of Prayer in the office. And I would like to thank Pastor Jones for actually making sure that he arrived home safely, and also made sure that his relatives knew his condition. Because as you know, Rep Skip is really a strong man. And, most men that I know, they're in denial when they're sick. They don't want to go to the hospital or seek any type of medical services. But because of the help of Pastor Jones and also another good friend of mine, we definitely made sure that Reverend Skip had proper care. As a matter of fact, he had a pacemaker. That's how serious it was. And Rose Berzat, the friend that I mentioned before, actually did not know Reverend Skip personally, but as I say, she's a giver with a big heart. She actually went there to visit him, and he really appreciated that. So thank you so much, Miss Rose Berzat, my true friend. Thank you for all that you've done for my family, all that you've done for me, all that you've done for others, all that you've done for your family. Thank you so much, and God is definitely going to keep you in His grace. And we will definitely continue to pray for you as you are praying for others. Believe it or not, she had asked about Kathy Harris when I visited her in the hospital, and also several other people that she knew was sick, but especially Kathy. Kathy is another strong woman, and she suffers and have suffered with breast cancer. Of course, she's now recovering, and she's doing her best. But she's a prayerful woman, a good friend of another friend of mine, and everyone knows her. And that is definitely one of the people that we share as friends, but she's a very good friend of Miss Sally Ann Roberts. So thank you so much for keeping us in your prayers. Also pray for me, because I'm praying for you. And although I'm not a pastor like Pastor Jones, a great pastor, and also my good friend Reverend Skip Alexander, I am prayerful, and I'm a believer. So I believe that if we keep praying for everyone, and also doing good works, and being more Christian-like, they say, like Christ-like, please do that. Everything will work out. Again, I'm Linda Lewis with Lewis Armstrong Family Services, located now at 1015 Henry DeLeo in Tremay, where I was raised. And if I had my co-host with me right now, I'm pretty sure he can share with you, or would share with you, a lot of fun that we had during those days, and also how our parents took care of us. And we never wanted for anything. We had everything that we need. May not have had everything that we want, but sent us to good schools. I went to St. Peter Claver and Xavier Prep, and also Craig Elementary School, and also Clark is where Mr. Gavin attended, and his brother Sandy Gavin, who was around my age. Ralph is much younger than I am, but we still lived as a family. We shared the same alley. He was at 1017 St. Claude, and we lived at 1015 St. Claude, but we shared the same alley. So we would go in and out of the back doors to eat, and also to play the piano. Although we couldn't play the piano, they had a large piano in their home, which we were very, very excited that we can actually play, well, at least play on the piano. We didn't play it. And his mom was a beautiful woman. His dad was a hard worker on the riverfront, and his mom was a homemaker. She never had a job, but she had the biggest job raising her children. And Miss Wilhelmina was a beautiful lady. So was my mom, who was a hairdresser, and she had her shop right in front of our house at 1015 St. Claude. And we had our bedrooms, our pallets, and I don't know if anyone knows about pallets, but we had pallets on the floor. And we had to actually didn't have beds at the time. Not all of us would share the bed, but we actually had a good time and did not feel neglected at all, because our parents had the wherewithal to make sure that we were happy. We loved the pancakes, and my good friend Barbara Savalier, every time my mom would go to a ball, which they attended many balls, my dad was a tailor, and he made all of our clothes, believe it or not. They had an old store in that time called Holmes, and I don't know if you remember Holmes and Maison Blanche, but we did not have the money My dad and mom did not have the money to actually go and pay for clothes at those big time stores, but we had everything that they had because my dad was a tailor in the Army. So being a tailor in the Army and making all of those uniforms, it was very easy for him to make clothes for girls. So we had wonderful, beautiful clothes that he mimicked from the newspaper. We got the newspaper every morning. When he saw a outfit, he would make it. And I had a great father and a great mother, and hopefully you did too. When I say that I appreciate people that really had good parents and good friends, and sometimes we have people who are not blood related that actually took care of you. I want to appreciate those people also. I know Father's Day and Mother's Day have passed, but we still can appreciate them and celebrate them every day. I am grateful that I am the person that I am, and being in the midst of everything and being foots on the ground with Louis Armstrong Family Services, I have taken care of a lot of children and families, and I got it from my mom and dad. So thank you, thank you, thank you. With that being said, we only have a few minutes left, and I'm pretty sure that you enjoyed the show. 5 me and love you, and I know you love us too. Signing off, Linda Lewis, Louis Armstrong Family Services. See you next week, same time, same station.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue